probably about
It's
1 to 2
okay, just
seconds.
open it.
So between recognizing it, doing the gesture, processing and sending it, it'd probably be like hit or miss on actually scoring, but it will work. And we can show like the values getting through to the end. Do you have mine set up, or are they both set up?
I'm going to set it. So I'm going to use this for the sound generation.
I was just gonna use the one beacon and then flip between the frequencies.
Okay,
So
cool.
just like set one 19,500 and one 20,000.
Okay. So right here we specify which display this is. So just imagine there's always multiple displays and multiple screens, and we'll give a unique ID to this. So we'll just say that's the ID, screen 0, and the frequency 19,500.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be blue?
Is
What?
that supposed to be like?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
yes.
the game actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the point of the game is it displays a word and a color, so you want to
Oh.
match those.
Oh, I
If they're
see.
not matching, you lose points. If they're matching, then you get
Got
points.
it.
Like when you go
Like
over it.
this, like green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says green and green, you get a point. If it's blue and red, then you don't get a point. Let's do, yeah, or 20,000, 2,500 words. Yeah, I'll just change the line.
It's not button.
I don't like that score, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna do it.
Where are the beacons?
We got one beacon right here. We only have, we've been using phones for beacons, we don't have actual hardware ones, so I just made a simple tone generator app. And we only have one extra phone right now that's loud enough, so. It's a bit, and also generates high enough tone, because typically phones don't generate above human hearing very much, so we've had like pretty much very few phones that are produce pure enough tone to.
Are you sure? Because John did an experiment on 4 or 5 different phones.
My next S4 I knew was finicky, but these have pretty bad speakers, and I've also busted it, so. We know that's 4 works, so we're just using it.
So how do you get 2 displays with 1 beacon?
We would have to get a second phone. Like when we were at the inauguration, we had like 3 extra phones, so we just.
What happened to them?
I borrowed them from a researcher that was in Pittsburgh, like one of my buddies, so I had to give them back to him. Okay.
Yeah, just starts.
I have to keep the settings.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Just a comment on the demo, it's hard to discern selection accuracy when you only have 1 device.
Yeah, let's do that right now. We can show the raw numbers, like so we have the log files, so we can just pop, like we'll have to pop those up and show them basically.
So, continue this change.
Okay, you can just
Try it now.
wait. No, it's 9,500, so I should get it. Is it running? This is not changing colors.
Yeah, it's good. Try this.
Is it showing me signed in?
No, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's just set.
So I don't get it. What are you trying to do with your phone?
I got the beacon right here,
Uh-huh.
so I'm just motioning towards the create a Doppler shift.
But how does that change the score, the game?
So we calculate which frequencies. So we know which frequencies we have beacons of, quote unquote. So like we just have 3 set up for now. And so we process over each of those frequencies, and whichever one has the highest Doppler shift and like had a high enough threshold of like actually saying we have a sound present, then that we determine is the frequency that you gesture towards, and we send that back to the interactive spaces server, which then says, okay, this frequency corresponds to this display, and looks at it and says, okay, was there a match on that display at that time?
But
And if there's a match, then you have a score. If not, then
but I don't understand because blue was with color blue, and you still pointed to it, pointed to the beacon.
yeah. So right
So-
now, for some reason, it's not connecting through.
Yeah, I'm just quickly going to restart. I don't know what's wrong.
Your home computer?
Yeah, it's just
Okay. We didn't have much setup time. There were people in here before us, so we couldn't really test it before. But yeah. So like basically, it's a game. So like if you match the colors, you get points. If they aren't matching when you gesture, you lose points. So
Right, but
basically-
how do you actually match the colors by pointing it?
So there will be a beacon in front of. There will be multiple screens.
You may want to assume we don't know about the game first.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
yeah.
you meant to-
Talk about it.
So
So that's
in
what's
theory,
cool.
like we're not gonna have just one screen with one point. Like you're gonna have multiple screens.
Oh,
scattered
I
around
see,
the
I
room,
see.
And each one's gonna have a beacon in front of it.
Oh, that's why he was
Yeah.
saying that it doesn't really make sense to have one screen here.
Yeah,
Okay, I get it now.
yeah. So like, it's like there's one here and one there, and you gesture towards this one. The Doppler shift will be really high for the one over here,
When will
and
you
negative
gesture
over there.
I see.
About the game, when will you gesture toward certain?
When you see a match, when you see the letters match the color in the background. So like you'll be looking between the screens, waiting for a match, and you're like, oh, there's a match, and you gesture towards it. And
So if there's a match, you gesture towards it?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, and if you get it right, then you score. But if you like miss it, like you gesture like a second too late or something like that, then you'll lose points. Or if it wasn't actually a match, you'll lose points.
okay,
So it
good.
determines which one you gesture towards, and then it checks whether that was a match or not.
Got it. So maybe instead of, since this conference room only has one screen, you could use your laptops instead?
Yeah, well, we still only have one beacon. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Let's see, I lost you on the screen.
Did you sign back me?
No.
And I lost sound too.
Could that
Do you
have been
lose
causing
me?
the system issues?
What is it?
Could Adobe Connect be causing?
Yeah.
Maybe
I-
if it was
I-
eating all the bandwidth or something.
I don't know. Let me just quickly test it without
Yeah,
it.
let's test it without.
Okay.
See if it works.
Sorry.
We'll be right back.
That's why I have a okay.
Stops, yeah.